to talk about the story of an 11-year-old girl who mysteriously went missing after she went to a hotel with her grandmother and siblings to go and swim. Barely an hour after getting to the hotel, she vanished. They searched everywhere for this girl, only for the next morning, out of nowhere, her body was found, as though somebody had just dropped it from where they had killed her. But the story is more complicated than that. Around the 23rd of April 2025, Ariana Younge went to Doubleday Hotel with her grandmother and siblings to go and swim. The grandmother gave her the money to pay to access the pool. It's as if the grandmother went to check something or went to use the bathroom or somewhere, but she pretty much trusted Ariana to do the whole bidding and get to the pool with her siblings. By the time the woman came back, she couldn't find Ariana. She asked the other kids around, where is Ariana? Where is your sister? They say they just don't remember where she went to. All of a sudden, she vanished out of viewpoint. And instantly, this woman raised alarm. They called the father, called the mother. The family all rushed to the hotel. Immediately, they called the police. These people went to the hotel around 1:30 p.m. By 3 o'clock, the police was already on the case. They started searching for this girl. Every room in that hotel was searched. She wasn't there. The toilets were searched. The pool was searched. Nobody knew where this girl went. Somebody that just came to the hotel barely an hour, she just vanished. The siblings and relatives she came with could not recall where they saw her or where she went to. And just moments after the police got into the case, they released information that they saw from a CCTV footage a little girl getting into a vehicle and driving out of the hotel. And immediately everyone assumed that was Ariana. That was a girl that they were looking for. And that sparked outrage. People started looking for this red vehicle. People started trying to find who this person was, who would have come to this hotel to kidnap this little girl. Immediately, they knew that there's a chance that somebody had come to take this girl, because with the information released by the police, that is indicating of something. Then another information was released that there was no CCTV footage, that footage that the authorities claimed they saw does not exist, that it was a misinformation. And now everybody's like, what is going on here? Who are these people playing with? The manager of the hotel was arrested. Staff members were questioned because this is getting serious. Time is going. Phone calls are being made. People are being suspected. Some sources even claim that a man who ironically had a red vehicle at the hotel was dragged back and questioned because they believe it was his vehicle that they saw in the alleged CCTV footage that suddenly doesn't exist anymore. The next morning, around 10 a.m., 20 hours later, Ariana's body was found floating in the surface of the swimming pool. The same swimming pool that they searched when they were looking for this girl, suddenly her body is floating on it, which was so confusing to a lot of people because where? How come? They searched this pool. No one saw her inside. Even if she was in the pool and she was drowning, for a girl like Ariana to drown, somebody would have seen something. Somebody would have heard something. Nobody just slips into a pool and then drowns silently that nobody would notice. At least the siblings would have noticed. If somebody is drowning in a swimming pool like this, it's not that big a pool. So somebody would have heard. Somebody would have seen her struggling. The siblings would have known that, oh, we saw her struggling. But she just vanished. And that is why many people did not believe she drowned. It was even said it was somebody from the hotel room that looked through the window and spotted her body floating in it. And that was when they raised alarm. Her father came back, and people pretty much came back as her body was recovered and dragged out of the pool by her father, who then confirmed that this is the Ariana that they were looking for. Now, the thing is, the people did not pretty much take this lightly. They were furious. They believe Ariana was used for money rituals because the circumstances surrounding her disappearance and now death did not make sense. Because if she went missing, did anybody search the pool? And it was even said that the pool is so clear that if she was in the pool earlier on, they would have seen her. So why are these people calling police, searching hotels, searching everywhere, and the one place that she was meant to be, which is the poolside, was not searched? We are made to believe that that pool was searched. So how did her body end up there the next morning? Did somebody take her somewhere, do something with her, and then brought her back to the pool to stage it as though she drowned? It was also recalled that this hotel is sort of not new to such scandal. Back in 2012 or 2022 or so, it was alleged that somebody had also drowned in that pool mysteriously. A mechanic man who had come to work in the hotel somehow ended up dead in their pool, and the hotel owners and managers were arrested, but they were released. So they believe that that thing from that incident pretty much triggered the people of Guyana to react on this girl's incident. Any of them feel like it's a case of ritual, it's a case of spiritual cleansing for the hotel. And I guess they feel how they feel. Eventually, the hotel was attacked, raided, destroyed, burnt to the ground. The manager's house was also visited by the angry mobs that ransacked it, destroyed it, and pretty much burnt it to the ground. The owner of the hotel is most likely in police custody. It's not stated if he was lynched, and some of the other managers were also taken to police custody to explain what they know regarding her death. Now, this is where things got interesting, or should I say confusing. Eventually, her body was taken for autopsy. Word started going around when her body was recovered from the pool that they saw bruises on her hand, a swollen face, and certain injuries around her body, which indicated that there's a possibility she was beaten, assaulted, and then thrown in the pool. And obviously, we know autopsy is the one thing that would make things clear when it comes to a death-related case. An autopsy was conducted on Ariana, and the pathology's report came out to be that she drowned. She died from drowning, that there was no sign of physical assault, no blunt trauma, that there was no reason to suspect foul play. Her cause of death was drowning, but people did not believe it. However, it turned out that four different pathologists ran an autopsy independently of each other, and they all came to the same conclusion. Four different pathologists did this girl's autopsy, and all of them said one thing: she drowned. Again, the people did not believe. The people feel like something is amiss. They believe that since all the one thing all four of them have in common is that these are government sponsored pathologists. So the government was the one who sponsored this autopsy. So I guess maybe the family would have to do their own private autopsy and see if they could come up with a different result. But I don't know, autopsies are usually expensive. If the government is doing it 4 different times, why would the government want to hide it or cover it up or lie? And why would these pathologists want to do that? I don't think it's in their is I don't know if it's professional. Many people have started believing them though that okay, she maybe even died of drowning. There is that possibility. Or could it be that when she was brought back to the pool, she was most likely alive and then drowned, so that it would look like she drowned? I don't think if there's any sense to making it make sense, she was probably not killed. All the time she was missing, she was not dead. Then whoever may have done it brought her there and just drowned her, basically. The thing is, on my sense is, it's kind of risky or kind of conducive for a girl like Ariana to just go missing. When you look at history with cases, especially in every part of the world, young girls at that age are usually victims to pedophiles, are usually victims to certain people who will take advantage of them. She, for her age, she looks grown. She is even beginning to look like she's developing. So such a person can easily be lured. And I've seen many cases like Ariana, unfortunately, not in the sense of drowning, but in the sense of them being victims of SA, as sexual abuses. So in this case, there is a narrative or theory that somebody in the hotel saw her, lured her, did what they did with her, waited for the right moment, brought her to the hotel pool, and then drowned her and positioned it to look like she drowned. And if somebody really did that, then they have gotten away with murder. Or what about the possibility that she actually did drown? Like, In the flip side of things, I understand that everybody feel how they feel. I personally feel like, yes, she may have actually drowned, but they feel like it's spiritual in the sense that the hotel people are doing rituals with this death, and that is what triggered people to react the way they did. But what if, on the flip side, this is not a ritual case? What if she actually went to the pool and then couldn't, I don't know how deep the pool is, but if it's deep, then there's that chance that somebody could be under the pool and be drowning and they don't get to reach up the surface and scream. So that can happen in a way. Or she most likely slipped and hit her head. But I just feel like if she was drowning at the time there were other people at the pool, including especially her siblings or family members, somebody would have seen something, somebody would have heard something, somebody would have known. Like, it doesn't make sense that she was in the pool with people there around and nobody saw her drowning. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But what if that was the case? Then what circumstances would that have happened in? Like, what could have made that happen? I don't know how to explain it, but then again, there is that possibility. It's all too confusing because if she drowned, there is no how somebody would not have seen something. There's no how people would not have heard. There's no how one of the person around there would not have pointed, at least. I know people drown when they are mostly like the only ones in the pool or in a very big river where is nobody to save or rescue them. I might be really wrong, but it's one of those incidents that will make you ask questions for a very long time. It's unfortunate, it's sad. Could it be possible that, they didn't search the pool? That they were so concerned that she ran away or she was taken that they didn't search the pool? Or maybe they know she's a swimmer, she's a good swimmer, so it would not have occurred to them that somebody was underneath the pool. And the pool, when I've seen pictures of the pool, it's not as clear as it was claimed it was. It's one of those pools that gets dense underneath it. So it's really confusing. The only way I imagine her drowning is when there are so many people there for nobody to notice. Now, that is a possibility. If there were so many people in the pool, then there's a chance that she drowned and nobody could notice. That happens all the time. But if there were like the only few people, a handful of people, come on, somebody would have seen something at least. Somebody would have. It's an unfortunate situation. It's a tragedy. People still believe what they believe. And, you guys let me know your thoughts. Do you think this is a case of money ritual? Or do you think this is just an unfortunate accident? Let me know your thoughts.